Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about how to read the abbreviated letters. So, what are abbreviated letters? As you can see on the screen, these are those letters which come in the Quran, mostly in the beginning of some Quranic surah, and these are the shortened form. So, it is called abbreviated letters, and these are read in the letter form only. Like we read each letter separately. It is alif, lam, and then mim. Okay. So, what are these letters? These are not words. No one knows about the meaning of these letters. The meaning of the abbreviated letters, the huruf-e muqattiyat, is known only by Allah. Only Allah knows the meaning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the meaning. No one other than Allah knows the meaning of these letters. So, in this class today, we are going to learn how to read and pronounce these letters. So, see the first word. It is not actually a word. It looks like a word, but it doesn't make any word because we have to read each letter separately. How do we read it? As you can see, the alif, it is an empty alif with no haraka over it, with no jazm or quiescent over it. So we are going to read it as alif. Then come to the next letter. It is lam. But above the lam, you can see that there is a sign which is the sign of mad. Now, if you remember in the lesson of letters of madda, we had learned the meaning of madda. So, madda means to drag or to elongate. Okay. So, this is the sign of madda, which means that the madda, the letter of madda, is to be elongated up to 3 to 5 to 6 to 7 alif. Okay, when you say lam, you have to, you get the sign above it. Why is the sign above the lam? This will be the morphology, and we are learning the basic tajweed in the short course. This is not explained with all those details. So, I am not explaining this over here, that why is it to be dragged. As you can see that there is a sign of madda above it, so you have to drag it. Why is there sign of madda above it? So I am not telling you the detail as for now. Okay, because this is the basic course. So let's not go into much detail. So how do we read it? It is lam. So we have to drag the la part. Because you know that lam alif zabar is la or lam khada zabar is la. So we will drag lam. Okay, we have to drag the la part. So how do we read it? Alif, lam. Then you can see that meme is bearing a tashdeed, and you know that the meme with a tashdeed is to be read with a gunna. So we do the gunna for just a second. Okay, alif, lam, little bit gunna. And then we have to read the meme with the elongation, because you can see that the meme also bears a mud over it. So we have to drag the meme also. You know, the duration of elongation should be the same for lam and should be the same for meme. Okay, because they both have the same mud over it. So how do we read it? Alif, lam, mim. Okay, so this much you have to elongate it. Alif, lam, mim. Don't drag the gunna too much, because the gunna is to be dragged just for a fraction of seconds, whereas the mud has to be dragged more. Like you have to drag it for about 3 to 5 alif. What does 3 to 5 alif means? Means that much time in which you can say 3 to 5 alif. Like I say alif, 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 alif. So it took me approximately 3 seconds, I guess. Okay, so that is the duration of the mud. You have to drag it that much. Understood? So I am repeating again. Alif, lam, mim. Many people do the mistake. They say alif, lam. No, you have to drag the la. Why you have to drag the la? Because if you go back to the madda or the long vowel lessons, the lam khada zabar is la. Lam alif zabar is la. Okay, so you have to drag the la and then read the meme. Lam. And then meme. Why are you dragging the me? Because meme ya zer is me. Meme vertical zer is me. So you have to drag that. That is why I was focusing more on the long vowel sounds. Alif lam mim. Alif lam mim sod. Alif lam ra. As you can see, there is no mud over the ra. So you do not have to drag the ra, okay? You will drag only the lam. Alif lam ra. And see the next line. Alif lam mim ra. Taha. There is no mud over the ta and there is no mud over the ha. So it is taha. Then you have to, sin, mim. Okay, here let me explain you one thing. When you read the seen, so there is a noon at the end of seen. The sound of noon, seen, isn't it? But as we see that the meme is bearing a tashdeed, that means the noon is to be dropped. Okay, like in the previous tashdeed lesson, I had explained you that if there are two dependent letters together, so the first quiescent letter is to be dropped and the second tashdeed letter is to be read, and that is called the idgham. That means the first quiescent letter is totally combined into the second letter. Okay, if you don't remember, just go through the previous chapter again. So the noon in seen is totally combined into the meme to make it a tashdeed meme. Okay, so how do we read seem? Instead of saying seen, I am saying seem. And then seem, meme. Okay, to, seem, meme. Come to the next. It is kaf. Drag the kaf to your fullest and then say ha, ya. Don't drag the ha and ya too much. It is just the basic madda. Okay, the vertical zabar is the basic madda, means drag for a fraction of seconds. So drag the kaf to the fullest. Kaf. Then ha, ya. Ha, ya. Then there is a mud over the ain. Ain, sod. In ain, you have to drag the I and then say the noon. Ain, sod. Okay, I'm repeating again. Kaf, ha, ya, ain, sod. Then you have to, sin, yasin, sod, hamim, hamim, ain, sin, qaf. The duration of meme, ain, sin, qaf should be the same because all the four are bearing the same type of mud. Okay, I am repeating again. Hamim, ain, sin, qaf, qaf, noon. So these were the abbreviated letters, how to read them, how much to elongate them. Okay, if you elongate a little bit more than what I did or little bit less than what I did, that's absolutely okay, but you have to drag them.